Hi, we're here today with Shay from the Regional Skills and Training Centre, and he's going to talk to us about apprenticeships. Shay, can I ask you first, what is an apprenticeship?
Apprenticeship is basically a career path that learners can choose. Now, when the career path that they primarily can choose used to be the craft apprenticeship, like electrical, plumbing, carpentry, tool making, and all them kind of other ones.
And that's your own background.
And my own background is plumbing. I was a plumbing apprentice.
Yeah.
I worked on site as a project manager, a plumber. Then what I done was I used my apprenticeship to go back and do an education training degree. I went back to mature student. Then I became a plumbing instructor.
Yeah.
And now here I am today, as an assistant manager over apprenticeship.
That's important to see that progression through it, isn't it? And to see that the career can lead to other things. You don't have to stay on a site.
Exactly. So like the craft apprenticeship, they are quite. It's a tough job. It is a tough job. So like if you want to be out there working outside, you want to be. During the winter, you're gonna have to wrap up warm. If that's what you're into. If you want to get hands-on, practical experience, get stuck into something every day with a good company, like the apprenticeship is the way to go. Would be for me.
Yeah, and I'd say we recommend to go on to apprenticeship.ie to have a look at all the new ones available. So with new ones like auctioneering, insurance, the butchery, and there's
the
loads
OEM.
of stuff. OEM, yeah.
The OEM. So if you want to really go and get an apprenticeship, the best thing to do is first for you is to go on to apprenticeship.ie. Make contact. The first step for you is to make contact with the employer. Actually, rewind that. The first step for you is to decide what you want to do.
Yeah. What are you interested in?
What are you interested in? Are you interested in? You want to be a plumber? Are you interested in cars? Are you from a farming background?
Yeah.
Are you into studying? Is it more of a study thing than a practical thing? Find out what you want to do. Go on to apprenticeship.ie. Make contact with the employer.
We would say for some of the employers too that it's good to maybe ask them for a 2 weeks trial. No commitment, see are we a good fit with you.
Exactly.
And go in and actually get your hands stuck in, make sure you're on time, make sure it's like as you're going as a job.
Exactly.
And then that way you can try it out as well as employers seeing are you a good fit for them.
And don't be ashamed to say, oh, look, that's not for me.
No.
That's not for me. And I'll go back then, do your homework again. Do your research, thinking maybe I'll try something different. Yeah. It's no shame to go in, not like something and tuck back in. You want to get up every day, have a passion for that, and really be energized to go into work.
Yeah.
But my main tip for people is be punctual, be on time, be committed, stay off your phones, and really commit to the employer and commit to the process.
Get out and get talking to employers.
Get out and get talking.
And find out and start making your links. Like if you're in football clubs or if you don't know anyone, like the DIT apprenticeship guy said to us, get out and look at the vans going down the road.
Exactly.
And see who's in your area.
Don't be afraid to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And when you're sending your CV out as well to employers, get someone to read over. Yeah. Get that critical friend to have a look over it and don't lie on your CV, but present something properly to employers for them to look at.
Put down them achievements. Put down if you're on the winning club or you're in a tidy town or what you
scouts. If you played in Pro Park playing camogie or hurling or whatever you're doing, put them achievements down. If they stand to you.
Yeah.
Like I worked with an instructor and he was a ref for the FBI. He ref on every weekend. He used to ref on a Friday night. He referee waiver, and surely that was a standing point for him.
I think some people think that they're not related, but they're all transferable skills, and it's showing leadership, it's showing organization, time management, everything that an employer wants of you on a building site at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the benefits then is if you're worried then about income, the benefits of the under apprenticeship is you get paid.
Earn and
learn. You're paid to go to work.
Yeah.
You're paid to study. Whereas if you go to university, you have to pay to go there. Now that's not saying if a university for you, go to university. Yeah. But the benefits of an apprenticeship, in 4 years' time, you not only you've no debts behind you, you've built up the experience, and you've built up a good rapport with the company, and potentially you can move on then become a
even abroad. Even abroad, you can move abroad to your apprenticeship papers too.
You can move abroad. Yeah. That's why the QQI level 6 qualifications, and some of them are even higher now. As you've seen, you can move abroad with them. And they're recognised.
And tell me now, when they're doing an apprenticeship, there is 2 parts of it. There's the on work and then going to the college, which they call a phase.
Exactly. So there's 7 phases. If you look at the craft apprenticeship, there's 7 phases. There's phase 1, 3, 5, and 7, which is your on the job. So you're with your employer. So your employer is then teaching you. You're learning all the practical skills with your employer. For phases 2, 4, and 6, you're off the job. You still get paid off the job. The thing with some of the off-job bases, you might have to travel. So, like, look for your apprenticeship where they're based. So, if you look at the wind turbine one, it's primarily based down in Kerry, the education and training. So, you might have to travel for that. But then if you go do the plumbing apprenticeship, you might still have to travel if you're off the job phase
Yeah.
anyway. So be prepared to travel, but you will be paid.
Yeah.
You're gonna be paid to do that, and you will be paid these money. for that.
Which is great now, yeah. And what were we going to say on the next one? The query we're getting a lot at the moment is I have found an employer, how do I get set up?
Right, so your employer has to be registered with us
Mm-hmm.
as an employer. So it's actually, the onus is on your employer to do
Mhm.
that. You can always check then that your employer is set up.
Mhm.
But when your employer gets set up and he registers you as an apprentice, your training advisor will make contact with you and you will be brought in for an induction.
So you just contact your local training centre.
Contact your local training centre,
Yeah.
but get on to your employer as well and
Yeah.
say, have you got me registered?
Yeah.
When you're registered, then you'll get papers sent down to you.
Yeah. And that, I suppose that brings quality into the process.
Exactly. So
And that everyone's learning a good standard.
Exactly. And also then as well, you want to make sure that you are being registered.
Mm.
You don't want to work for a company for say a year and then you're not
Yeah.
registered. So
Yeah.
after 3 months, your 3 months, if you do your work experience for the first 3
Yeah.
months, get your employer to evaluate you after 3 months, say, hey, take me on. Yes, I am. And
Yeah.
then you'll move on into your apprenticeship.
But I think we've covered everything there today. I think that's given us a good overview of what an apprenticeship is, how we go about it, and reach out to the guidance services. There's guidance services in every ETB if you want to find out more. And I hope that Shay has inspired you to see that there's loads of options to progress even within the trades. And we have great news that the mature student or the apprentice of the year was a mature student this year. So it was great to see that a lot of the students feel that it's just for the younger student. It was great to see that the person who won it this year was actually a mature student. So touch base with apprenticeship.ie. Feel free to call us on free phone number 1800 991 898 or contact your local ETB. There's a guidance service or a advice service to help you if you're unsure how to progress. Thanks for your time today.
Thanks, Mel.
Thank you.